I've held an AR-15 in my hand. I wish I had it. It is as heavy as 10 boxes that you might be moving. And the bullet that is utilized, a 50 caliber, these kinds of bullets, need to be licensed and do not need to be on the streets.
Next time, baby.
What is up, you sexy YouTube mother lovers? We are coming at you again from the wonderful, photogenic shop of Mad Custom. Isn't that right, Chris?
Yeah, man.
So if you're wondering why we're in a good mood, it's because we are finally coming back around to AK-50 work, and AK-50 time just kind of puts that, joy back in the spirit. No matter what you were doing the week before, it's time to work on the AK-50. It's a good fucking week. And one of the reasons why we're here is because if we don't do an AK-50 video, at least it seems like once a month, half the internet seems to think we just take all the prototypes and huck them into the dumpster and give up on the project. That's not the case. Don't know why everybody seems to think that's the case, but it's not. We're back to working on it, which, thank fucking Christ, it's been long enough. So I kind of do have a lot of projects going on top of, running the business side of things, production guns, there's a million things going on with Brass Valley and all sorts of stuff that's going to be really cool later on, and we're actually developing a way that we can kind of show you all the things that we've been working on that we can't tell you about. But what it comes down to is that I was just frankly too slammed to do 50 work, which sucks because I really like doing this stuff, but sometimes there's stuff that kind of takes precedence. We haven't really worked on this in quite a few months. So the reason why there's been no AK-50 update is because, not because we're sitting here in the shop every day trying to figure out how to make this work and we just can't figure it out, it's just that we really haven't had time. Thankfully that's changing. I think things are going to actually progress very quickly now that we're back to work on it. Fingers crossed, knock on wood. But good news is a lot of the stuff is already done. Most of the parts are at least close to completion. The only thing we really have to do is do a couple more things. We've 3D printed a couple of parts, prototype stuff here and there, trying to see how this stuff is all going to work together and interface before we actually go about machining it and actually machining stuff that has already had a lot of machine time put onto it that we might end up screwing up. So we want to make sure that we do this right. So thankfully we're able to kill a lot of these designs in the computer first before we go about doing really expensive prototype work. Now, one of the major design features that probably one of maybe 3 things on the V1 that we really wanted to change for the next revision, this right here, this being the V5, right? V5, wait, we got a lot of Vs. Here at the AK guy, we get all the Vs. It's because we fuck up a lot. But one of the 3 things that we were really changing on this newer version of the AK-50 that we wanted to modify from the V1 was the cam group. It's one of the problems that we were kind of having with functioning and cycling and everything like that, is that we were tearing the hell out of our cam group, which it's basically the part that cams the bolt and causes it to lock and unlock and everything like that as the gun is functioning. Ours was very difficult to machine, and it was not strong enough, and our cam lug was just kind of it was the same AK geometry, which in this case wouldn't exactly work as well as some of the other stuff we're working on. But I am getting far ahead of myself. This isn't really trying to be a deep dive into what we're doing right now on the V5, as to more or less tell you that we are working on it. And I did want to let you guys in on something else that you should keep your eye out for. If you are curious about what goes into firearm design and doing parts like this on the AK-50, so that we have a functional cam groove, which very much helps in having an operational semi-automatic 50 cal, definitely keep your eye out. In October, starting in October, we are going to be releasing the first ever episodes of Brass Valley. So I've explained what Brass Valley was before, but for those of you guys who haven't heard of it yet, Brass Valley was a program that I kind of put together over the last couple of months that we just kicked off about a month and a half ago, where we hand-selected out of hundreds of applications from guys who are interested in getting into doing firearm development like this. We hand-selected 6 candidates from all over the country to come here to Fayetteville, North Carolina, and work with us for 2 weeks, basically doing stuff like this. And one of the things that we threw at them, that you guys are going to see in some of the first couple episodes, is we presented them with a problem that me and Chris ran into on the AK-50. And we just kind of showed them what the problem was and watched them try to figure out solutions on their own. This is something that I'm very passionate about. all things aside, I actually genuinely like this element of things. And so being able to give other people a chance to do that and kind of come together with like-minded people is fantastic. So that's what I would love to do for the rest of my life, for lack of a better word. So I'm very excited for it, and I can't wait to show, because I feel so strongly about it. I think it's going to come across the content, and I think you guys you're really going to enjoy it. All right, well, I think I've rambled for long enough. Time to get back to something that kind of resembles work. I appreciate you staying for the whole video, guys. Once again, hashtag AKG Notification Squad is still very much a thing, and now that we're partnering with Third Pin Threads at thirdpinthreads.com, there will be a link in the description and in the pinned comment. We will be giving away more shirts than ever. So thank you guys very much. Be sure in the first hour to leave your comment with hashtag AKG Notification Squad in it, and we will be picking winners. Thank you guys very much, and I will see you sexy motherfuckers in the next video. Let's get back to some 50 shit. Sorry, Jake. Filming. That's kind of a flex. No balls. Chris, it's time to do 50 things. Let's do 50 things.
50 things?
50 things. Come on.
Oh, fuck yeah, 50 things. Fuck, come on.